Hey, Kerry, Mr. Stock Monkey, how you doing, buddy? Let's see, I'm a little early. It's 6:59. I scheduled it for 7. I'm uploading video. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Guess what? I don't know if we can do it or not, but if you're here and everything's going all right and you're willing, you know what I had talked to you about yesterday, I guess it was, last night. I finally figured out how to do Mandy Lee Rain. Howdy. So, Jeff, let me show you something here. I figured out how to get another camera going. So right now I just got it on. Indy came in a little bit ago, and here's Journey up here. It's kind of camouflaged, right? They both ate. They had dinner about an hour ago. Animals, when they after they eat, they they sleep, and nothing wrong with that. I kind of feel that way myself. You know, you have a big old lunch. It's nice to go take a nap instead of going back to work. Got the Sock Monkey and Calvin the Boston Terrierist and Mandy Lee Rain in right off the bat. That's enough for me to have a party. We can have a good time. I'll tell you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Uh, Hi, girl mama. Girl mama, if I'm not mistaken, I've only recently met her, but she also has a Calvin. Is that right? Not a Boston Terrier, but her fur baby is called Calvin, and I saw Calvin in a short today doing what dogs do, head out the window, just enjoying the ride. Some dogs, a lot of dogs, they really like going down the highway, sticking their head out the window. Some of them, their tongues just to flap it. uh, yeah. So I met Girl Mama at a live stream the other night somewhere. Anyway, Jeff, what I could do, well, you know what? Now it's dark. And probably not, I was hoping to show the contrast between the weather in Central Texas and what you have, but that won't work. It's dark here now. Maybe we can do that during the daylight sometime. The K and Mac project is not blue anymore. Okay, you know what? Here's why. There's a reason for that. Because Jeff was telling me I had put y'all were those the upper level moderator, the super moderator thingies, and that you can't chat, you can't leave a comment in a short or something like that. And I said I'm going to change that to the other kind of mod. And I guess with Jeff, I changed his type of mod, and I took your super mod away, and forgot to put in the standard mod. But there's no reason for it, Sock Monkey, other than me being stupid and not forgetting to push a button or something. And as you know, on StreamYard, I can't undo that I know of. I can't. I don't know. I've got my phone in there, but I'm a guest on that. I don't think I can do it from there, even though I'm logged in as my account. But I'll try when I go in there and get that phone. We'll see. Thank you for pointing that out, though. So, getting caught up. Let me see if anybody else came in here. Kelly, hi Kelly, and Kelly, I want to make a moderator. Uh, yeah, I don't know about the managing mods why they can't leave comments on stuff, but yeah, we can still have fun. And so, welcome in, Kelly. And I'm not sure. I guess what I need to do, you'll have to promise to come if I do a straight YouTube live stream, and y'all jump in there. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, and I can give you the mod status, and you can go check out other channels. But usually with me, it's friends and probably all people that you know. So let me get back to I've been rambling a little bit here. I need to stop doing that. Hi, Kevin. I just watched your latest video back to the government. What's it called? Government Canyon. And they got some nice trails out there. I'd love to be out there on the trail with you. Jeff's mother called. It's up to you, Kevin. Jeff, you go talk to your mom. Oh, you're back from talking to your mom. Let's see how it unfolds. No, we can't. we can't show the contrast in the weather. I know you have street lights, you probably could, but I meant like here it was. I spent the day or the afternoon at the lake, and it got up to 70 degrees at one time. So this bright sunshine, no cloud cover between me and the sun. And I took all the stuff, my camp stove and all the stuff, and did the cook, the Giuliano Italian bushcraft cooking challenge. And I had a picnic table right down pretty close to the water by the lake, and spread everything out and cooked that steak and the potatoes. And I had some Italian wine and the same kind of cheese that Giuliano had when he issued the challenge. And I just had a wonderful afternoon. It was so peaceful and nice and enjoyable, beautiful weather. And if I could have went live, hi Valerie, thank you for coming, Valerie. Nice to see you. And I'm so glad that you're feeling better. I saw your latest video, which with your videos, there's a delay by a few days, so I never know. I wonder what her current status is, because that was a few days ago. But I'm so glad you're better, or were better 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm sure even more so now. We'll find out tomorrow. Y'all be sure and come to Valerie's live stream tomorrow, every Tuesday night. So anyway, I was over at the lake. I actually shot my video, my reply back to the Giuliano challenge from Italian Bushcraft Cooking. I've got all that. My phone's over here, and it's uploading all the video that I took to my computer. So I'll be editing probably late into the night tonight. I found the cheese at H-E-B, Sock Monkey. It's Parmigiano Reggiano. I can't remember. It's good. The thing is, at Giuliano, things are a little different in Italy, right? And I'm sure I could have found it online or something and paid a lot, but he had 100-month-old Parmigiano Reggiano. I believe that's right. What I found at H-E-B was aged more than 18 months. That's what it says on the thing. 18 months, and his was 100 months. But it was good. And I got some nice Italian wine, went to Specs, and the sales guy there, Tim, he helped me find something appropriate that he's not a sommelier, but he knew enough about wine to help me pick out something. Hi, Ernest. Hello, Todd. Last week I learned Barnes & Noble sells record players and albums. Took me back to the 60s and 70s. Yes, Ernest, some time back, months ago, last year, I made a little short video about being at Walmart, and I'm walking by this aisle, and I see there's vinyl albums. Like, what? I mean, I haven't seen that in 3 decades. That's like being at the record store. They had all these cool vinyl albums. Well, I went right down that aisle and spent more money than I should have that day and further days. But I'm done buying albums. I promise this time. Pretty much done. Almost done. My last 3 deliveries from Collectco have been either 1 or 2 albums, and only one other thing that I got, and you can't really even see it. Let's see, right? It doesn't show up on video. You see that Leonard Skinner sign right there that you can read? The one right down below, that's Pink Floyd. And just the way the lights are, you can't read that. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool too, Ernest, or have been thinking that for a while. Vinyl is back, baby. Hi, Steve. Thank you for coming in. And so anyway, what I was saying, I want to make sure nobody else had a question or comment. I know there's a lot of hellos and how you doing's going on, but I really am making a point. I know I see in live streams if people are saying something to the host and asking questions and trying to communicate, and the host miss it, they get very frustrated. And me being in that position before. Hey, Adam's card closet came in. Thank you for coming in, Adam. I'm going to get back to that. Something I saw, the last place I saw Adam, I'm going to talk about that for just a minute shortly. So anyway, what I was saying, I really want to try to catch any chat where somebody's making a comment where they would like to get a reply or ask a question. And right quick, I can kind of cover a couple of things. And one of them is about how cool this YouTube community is. And some of the people I'm going to refer to, I don't know. But Adam, so I have, we have these different communities that we're a part of, friends groups, right? And then the two circles of them kind of overlap, not completely, but you'll have some crossover there. Well, Adam is a big part of the card collector community, sports trading cards and other stuff, comic cards, and you name it all. They got Cabbage Patch Kids, and they got you name it. But anyway, they collect cards like that. Adam is like the king, as far as I know of. He's the legend of TTMs, like Barry does the through the mail autographs. Adam sends off hundreds and hundreds of cards. I guess he's got a database somewhere. He gets the addresses to these famous people and pro sports athletes. But anyway, there's a part of the collector community. And they've got this thing going on where you can buy entry into this drawing, and you win some cards. But they're doing it, and this is not like a few cards and a few people. This is a big operation. They had, I think, the thing this past weekend was 300 entries, and it was like $10 to get 5 entries. I don't remember the thing. I bought 2 entries. I donated $20. They're trying to help out someone who's had a death in the family. I didn't catch exactly what it is they're trying to raise money for. They're trying to raise money for a friend in need, is what it is. And I'm glad to help out with that, And I probably did a really poor job of describing what's going on there. But then in this one, you're guaranteed to win. If you enter, you're going to get some cards or one of the prizes. Hi, Sonal. Thank you for coming in. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. Sonal, I met Sonal through Daisy May's channel. And he's just a cool dude. He's really chill. And he's kind, always kind and gentle to people. He's a good dude. So anyway, I need to finish this. Getting back to it, this continues on. This is going on for 2 weeks. They're trying to raise money to help these people out. Next weekend, and I think the entries, you can buy entries in. They'll say, okay, it's open to buy entries now. And it's going to be a little bit more to enter, I think. But we're talking prizes like, at last count, I think they had 8 or 9 autographed jerseys. And one of them I took a snap of the chat they were talking about, because we know our friend Barry. I don't think Barry's here, and that's okay. But Barry loves Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson is Barry's most favorite athlete of all time. He went to Auburn University, and Barry's a big Auburn fan. Well, they have a Bo Jackson, when he played for the Kansas City Royals, autographed jersey. And I wanted Barry to know about that, see if he wanted to enter the contest. And I'll tell you Barry's reply, and he won't be upset that I say this. He said he's not going to enter the contest because he's still in the mode of trying to put together enough money. He's still trying to pay off his dad's funeral expenses from a few months ago. So I think what I'm going to do Saturday, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to buy Barry an entry into that contest. And next weekend, you're not guaranteed to win. It's like a typical drawing or contest. You're going to have to get lucky to win. But I'll get Barry an entry into that. Maybe we'll get lucky, I know that would really brighten his spirits. He's a good man. So, golly, 15 minutes in, I haven't even done what I said I came here to do. So Valerie is posting links. I guess that's Sonal's and Roma. So if y'all post links, tell us what they are. Oh, Valerie's posting Girl Mama's link. I see. She's posting the links of different people that are here, so y'all can go check them out. If you don't have a mod, Kelly, Girl Mama, Sonal, the KMAC Project, every one of you, I would give you that mod. I learned a new expression. I would smurf you up. I'd smurf you up if you get that right. It makes you blue. I'd smurf you up if I could on StreamYard. I can't do that. Sorry. Oh, Indy moved. Wonder where Indy. Oh, I know what happened. Sarah came home. Sarah gets home from work a little after 7. I heard the front door open. When Sarah came in and went to her room, Indy went back there with her. But we still got Journey there, and Journey's still chilling. I wish it was Turbo. Turbo does crazy stuff when he sleeps. No cats and dogs on 2 should make yourself big. There is a cat. You can't see it? Spot the cat. There's the cat right there. That's Journey. But I'll make myself big, per Sock Monkey's request. And we'll get back to this if I see anything's going on. Journey moved. The whole idea there was to be able to walk in there. I didn't do that so you could see the dog and cats. I did that to have an extra camera in case I want to walk around and show something. I can go grab a camera because my webcam here that you're looking at here, I can't move it around. And I was really frustrated trying to figure out how to have, and I knew it could be done because Sock Monkey does it for his live streams, or we have done it like in his backyard and stuff. Hi, Dee. We have someone in from California, Dee. And Chilo, usually that's Dee though, and Chilo comes in under his ID. If y'all are both there, hi, Dee and Chilo. Our Jurassic Chaos, wonderful people, fun channel. Okay, let's get to it. You know, I always forget to have a sip. So I got to make up for lost time. So our Jurassic Chaos, they have a annual membership to Knott's Berry Farm, and they spend a lot of time there, and they have a lot of fun there. Them and their 2 boys, Rex and Obi, they have big fun. They're always so happy and having a good time, and it makes it fun to watch. It cheers you up to watch our Jurassic Chaos videos. All right, here we go. Let's look at some records. That's why I'm doing this. I've had the records that are over here beside me. Some of them came in 3 months ago, and I need every record that I've ever. Yeah, hey Adam, I don't know if anybody here would be interested in doing that. I know this is a big ask. There's no way I can do it while hosting this. You think there's any way the guy, I can't even remember his name, the guy that's hosting it, that's kind of running it, and it's on his channel where they do the sale and everything that's coming up Saturday. Is there any way that you could post a link to his channel? If you could, that would be great. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's just, if it helps them out, and there may be a couple of people in here that might be interested in that. You never know. And I tell you what, they might not even be interested in winning autographed baseball player jerseys, but I guarantee you there's people here that love to help other people out. I know that for a fact. Yeah. So, okay. Oh, I'm going to wait. I brought something over here just in case a certain person comes in, but he might be busy. I do want to mention it. Another part of that card collector group, that community of friends and everything, and many of you know him. You've seen him come into mine and Sock Monkeys and in other places. It's Sean Jedi Master. Sock Monkey and I actually got to meet Sean. We had scheduled to meet at a really cool place not far from us, about 35 minutes from Brenham, a little bit further than that for Sean, but it's kind of halfway. It's called the Cochran Grill at the old Cochran General Store site. It can be called both, but the Cochran Grill, it's kind of out in the country. I think they're open 3 days a week. And we didn't meet until 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m., something like that. And it's just an awesome place. It's like You have to want to get there. It's kind of out in the country, right? But it's a destination. People go on the, you know, I guess it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, whatever. So we get there, and I went in, and this guy, Sock Monkey, and I had met him before. And on Sock Monkey's one of his Bro Venture videos, he introduced you to Bill. Bill and his family run the Cochran store, and they had a closed sign, a lit closed sign out on the door. There's a lot of cars in the parking lot, so I just ran in right quick, told Sock Monkey, I'm going to check it out and see what's going on. I went in there and talked to Bill, super nice guy, and he said, man, I hate this, but here's the deal. I explained to him, we drove down from Brenham, we're meeting a friend from Katy and all of this, and he's like, man, I feel so bad. But we're about out of food. We had so many people came, it was such a rush through lunch, and since then that if you come in, we'll feed you. You'll get something to eat, but the menu is going to be really limited. A lot of things that are on the menu are not going to be available because we ran out. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, Bill, we're going to come back another time, and we're going to come back around 11 a.m. He said 11 a.m. is a good idea. So we're going to go back. So we wound up going to Hempstead, which is only 5 or 8 minutes away or something. We tried one place, and that didn't work out. And we went on to a sports bar. There was more of those sports bars that would be a whole lot more excited about soccer, football than football. But it was okay. And it was, man, the point is, it was great to meet Sean, Jedi Master. And he had a gift for me and a gift for Sock Monkey, which I knew. I'd sent him a mail day thing. And you know what? I think I'm going to make a video about this so I can go ahead and show you. It is very unique. I wish Sean was here. Maybe he'll watch the replay, or maybe he'll be in a minute. I'm going to show you what Sean brought me. And Sock Monkey can let me know. Is it okay if I mention what Sean gave him? All right. So he gave me a football. And it's not just any football. It's from a pretty unique and historic football game. It's a commemorative football for the Texas Showdown. And I want to talk about that in just a second, right? And the Houston Texans were awarded an NFL franchise in 1999. And in 2000, they named the team the Texans, and they opened their stadium in 2002. And it talks about it on this side about their stadium, about their when all that went down. And they played the Cowboys on September 8th, 2002. That was their first game. So some of y'all may not follow pro football that closely, so I'll give you a quick rundown. The city of Houston in Texas had a football team called the Houston Oilers, and they were owned by Bud Adams. And they played in the Astrodome, and the Astrodome was the eighth wonder of the world when it was built, right? And it was just wonderful. Well, decades later, 30 plus years later, it was not in the greatest of shape, and it did not meet the standards of the day. The playing surface had become a huge problem. It just wasn't up to snuff with what the rest of the league had. There was concern about injuries to players. The playing surface was so bad. They talked about it was like playing on a concrete with a rug on it, anyway. So Bud Adams, the Oilers, wanted a new stadium, and they wanted the city or county governments, a combination of public money, to pay for it. And they didn't pony up enough money to suit Bud Adams, and he got mad. And one of those things where a rich guy that usually gets his way gets mad, and the other people, it's just, hey, Aaron is here, Sports Cards and Things. Thank you for coming in, Aaron. Hey, we're talking about sports. Anthony Chihuahua, hey, the theme song for the Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. That was the Love You Blue days. Y'all get me sidetracked. Okay, so Anyway, the Oilers moved to Tennessee and became the Tennessee Titans. What is now the Tennessee Titans used to be the Houston Oilers. Well, Houston's a big market, right? A big market, big TV market. The NFL was definitely going to put another team back in Houston, so they picked the right owner, and he had to pay a whole lot of money, to get a team. And then he named it the Texans. So there you go. This is their first ever game. They've never played a game before. They're an expansion franchise, so they're supposed to get crushed for a couple of years, right? And they're playing the mighty Dallas Cowboys, my team, and they beat them. That's one of the most disappointing football games I've ever watched in my life. Now, put this in perspective. Sean, Jedi Master, is a big time Houston Texans fan. I am a big time Dallas Cowboys fan. The Houston Texans won their first game in a just huge, unbelievable upset of the Dallas Cowboys on the first game of the season. And he's giving me, you get the irony there? He's gifting me a football that commemorates that game. And I love it because it's historic. And, I'm not upset about that game anymore. Got over that a long time ago. And I don't take football nearly as serious as I used to. But I just thought it was very generous and thoughtful of him. He had that. He thought I would really think it was cool. So anyway, that probably took way too long. And it has the COA, a certificate of authenticity, that it's the real thing. And yeah, that's what Sean gifted me. Hey, Jerry, thank you for coming in. And yeah, Sean was a really cool dude. He's a teacher. He had actually worked. We met him on Saturday, and he had been working. He works as an athletic trainer, like I guess you call it a side gig or something like that. He did, I think, 2 games. He said one early Saturday morning and one closer to around lunch. And then when he left that second game, he came on to meet us. And yeah, he's a good dude. And he gave Sock Monkey's a big Denver Bronco fan, and I think Sock Monkey would be okay. I probably missed his chat answering whether it was okay, but he gave him a cool John Elway Christmas tree ornament. Oh, Sock Monkey says the problem with the Astrodome was they had all that moon dirt in there for the landing footage. Sock Monkey loves to talk about how NASA filmed the Apollo moon landings in the Astrodome. So Girl Mama says she has some emblems from her great-grandfather from the World Fair in 1933. She loves collectibles. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards, but I'm going to get caught up. And if anybody said anything that I need to, I'm not going to read everybody's highs and how you doings. But I do want to catch any questions or people talking about things going on in their life. Or Sock Monkey is multitasking. I need a little multitasking myself, dude. Okay. I'm going to get caught up real shortly. I'm scrolling. Yeah, Anthony's saying I definitely need to make a video of that, tagging Sean. Yep, I do. Okay. No, I thought I was caught up. I finally got. Oh, look, Kelly, I finally got me a Staubach jersey to wear during Cowboys games. Right on, Kelly. Go Cowboys. It's going to be a great year. Going to be a great year. I think we're going back to the Super Bowl this year. What do you think? Cochran Store's Charlie. Did I say something else? I'm sorry if I said the wrong name about the guy that runs the Cochran Store. I'm sorry. I thought I said Charlie. I know his name is Charlie. I was going to ask, but don't want to spoil Sock's gift from Sean. Anthony says he's even going to guess Sean gave Sock a Bronco ball. He probably would if he had one. I don't. Sean collects Houston Texans stuff, Houston sports stuff, mostly Astros and Texans. He's not that big into NBA basketball, the Rockets and stuff. At least not anymore. Very much like me. Yeah, Sock said John Elway Christmas ornament, and it is very cool. Yep, right, Kelly. Oh, Kelly heard that. Don't know if I ever probably met you afterward. Kelly heard that. Since we're talking footballs, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this for Kelly heard that. Y'all bear with me. Please be patient. Please understand. I want to do this right quick. I've shown this before. But this says, to Todd, best wishes. I have to turn around so I can read it. It's I didn't know any better then, or he didn't know any better. It was signed with a black Sharpie, and that the leather absorbs that over time. It gets fainter and fainter. It says, to Todd, best wishes, happy birthday, Roger Staubach, 1993. And my wife got this for me. My brother-in-law had a connection to Roger Staubach. He installed all the satellite equipment into Staubach's business, his investment and real estate business, into the building, put all the stuff on the roof and wired everything down to all the offices. And it had been his son's birthday, and he got, he has two sons. He got him autographed footballs from Roger Staubach. His executive secretary helped make that happen. And my wife got the address and sent her a letter saying it was my birthday and how much I love the Dallas Cowboys and how much I love Roger Staubach. And I got this back before my birthday that year. Probably one of the coolest birthday presents I ever got. And my wife got that for me actually before we got married. But very cool. So I have a Roger Staubach autographed football. And let me put that up. I'll be right back. It goes on my shelf of favorite things. I have a shelf of favorite things. Okay, it is 32 minutes in, and we haven't looked at a record yet. It's fun, right? And I decided to do this tonight because I got to thinking. I looked back. It has been over a month since I did a thing about the vinyl records, opening the records that I've bought or got from Collectico. And the reason is, one of the reasons is every night or all the time, there's people. I enjoy going into live streams. I enjoy it a lot. And I look every evening and somebody that I know is live streaming. And there's all these different communities, the circles of friends that I hang out with. And they do overlap some, but not entirely. So I could watch any 6, 8, 10 different live streams of people that I know and enjoy almost every night. And I just I'll just hang out at their live stream instead of doing one of mine. But I do enjoy hosting sometime, and I think it was overdue, so I'm going to do that. Okay, let's get down to it. I'm starting with something that's, well, it was in the thumbnail, and who in the world knows who Kinky Friedman is? I think you might need to be from Texas or an adjoining state to know who Kinky Friedman is. So what is Kinky Friedman? I don't even know how to start. I'm gonna pull up Wikipedia right quick to help me kind of walk through it. And I'm not going to read the whole Wikipedia page about Kinky Friedman. But I was there earlier, just a reminder. He's a singer and songwriter and comedian. He ran for governor twice. A satirist, I guess you'd say. And at points in time, I mean, he wasn't he was never super famous or anything as a singer or as a performer, but he toured with Bob Dylan, was the undercard or whatever for Bob Dylan. And he kind of fashioned himself. He was like sort of a Will Rogers type or Mark Twain, storyteller, satirist. Let's see what it says here. Kinky Friedman was an American singer, songwriter, novelist, humorist, politician, and columnist for Texas Monthly. And Texas Monthly, if you are like Donnie, Texas Monthly is our monthly magazine. That's where the top 50 barbecue places in Texas that Donnie's always talking about comes from. Something keeps pinging, and I don't know what it is. I got to figure out what's going on here. Something I clicked is doing weird things, like it's trying to upload or something. Okay, anyway, so Kinky Friedman, he did not seriously run for the governor of Texas. It was almost like a joke. I got to figure out what's going on here. Can y'all hear that? Blink, blinkety, blink, blink, blink. Keeps like it's trying to tell me something, like an alert. Okay, it stopped. Maybe. I'm sorry about that. That was not good. Ernest has never heard of him in 65 years in Texas. So Kinky Friedman is a guy that would have hung out like with Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings in Lukenbach, Texas, and he claims to be he played the Grand Ole Opry, right, which is a big deal in country music. And I wouldn't call him particularly a country music singer. He did a lot of things. But he was the first. He says he's the first 100% Jewish person, the first Jew to ever play the Grand Ole Opry. That was a big thing for him. And let me tell you a little bit about him. I'll tell you his first band was called King Arthur and the Carrots. And that's why he was at the University of Texas. And that was around 1966. And they had one single called, it was to poke fun at surf music, like the Beach Boys. And it was called Beach Party Boo Boo. Who knows what that's about? I don't know that I've ever heard that song. But his second band was called Kinky Friedman and the Texas Jew Boys. And he's Jewish. It was like a twist on words or whatever. There's a famous Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys. I can't do this anymore, people. I don't know what keeps pinging on my computer. Hang on. I got to shrink this and see what's happening. I don't know where that noise is coming from. I've heard that before, but I don't know what it is. Man, this is horrible. I don't know. Kelly says she can hear it. Kelly heard that? Okay. Well, maybe only Kelly could hear that. Anyway, I thought this would be more interesting. Kinky Friedman, you go to Wikipedia and read about Kinky Friedman. He's a crazy dude. He died in year before last, in 2024. And he just did a lot of satire stuff and things like that. And maybe I don't know. He was on Saturday Night Live one time. Anyway, when this album came up, I thought, you know what, that might be fun to listen to. So I bought it. There we go. We'll move on from Kinky. That did not go well. It's not time for your meds yet. Yeah, I get that. Okay, sorry about that. And it keeps doing it. I'm almost tempted to end this. It's driving me crazy. Blink, blink, blink. What is that noise? I have heard that. Let me get another album. All right, here we go. We're gonna get into it. This thing needs a protective cover, an outer sleeve on it. Marshall Tucker Band, another Marshall Tucker Band, probably about my 8th or 9th or 10th that I have from them. And this album is called Where We All Belong. So there are certain bands that if a record comes up and it's in the if it's in the half off stage or buy it now best offer. I have not listened to Kinky Friedman yet, that record. And I wish we could. I wish I could put it on the turntable and we could listen to it and just see what it sounds like. But I'm 100% sure it's copyrighted and YouTube would bark at me, and I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can. And one of the books you're probably making album stands. Yep. Okay, so I've come to realize something, and I really kind of regret it. None of the records, I'm doing this because I don't want to break the streak. Since I started more than a year ago, every record I've ever bought that's come from Collectco, from Discogs, from eBay, or from a private seller, I've opened them on a live stream. And we're up to, probably over 700, close to 800 records by now. And I have this box full beside me, and I don't want to put them away and catalog them and put them in the bins where they go till I did this. Well, what the thing that I regret, I have been getting in a hurry, and so many of those. I'm trying to push through them because I feel like I need to be entertaining. I got to keep it moving. I got to keep the flow going, all this stuff. And I've missed something very important. A lot of these records, like this one here, it has a gatefold. So this is a two album set, and most 2 album sets, pretty much everyone I've ever seen, they have an inner gatefold, and they always have some interesting art in them, and a lot of cool information, and sometimes stories and things like that. And I at least should have recognized this type of album, the 2 album set, and shown the gatefolds. And also in a lot of these records, whether it's a single record or a 2 album set or a collection, multi-disc set, I've got some that are 4 and 6 that I've shown and opened. They have really cool inserts in them, little books like miniature magazines that have all kind of great information, posters. I know this because as I've been listening to my records after I opened them, I'm like, wow. I pull everything out and spread it all out and see what all I got with that album. I thought, man, I really should have shown this. This is really cool stuff. So I think what I'm going to try to do, I know which ones they are. It's pretty easy to recognize them, they're thicker. I'm going to double back, and some of the really cool ones I'm going to do live streams or videos and show, look at the poster that came with this in 1975. Is that cool or what? Anyway, so thank you, Anthony. Thank you for being here, and thank you for saying that. Kelly has weirdo hearing. Well, you know what we need is weirdo radar, so we don't have to deal with those weirdos. Okay, let me go with this. All right. Oh, this is really cool. My buddy the Sock Monkey will appreciate this one. So if I say the Sock Monkey will really appreciate this one, who do you think the band might be? If you know, you know. Who can say it? Come on, come on, come on. Anthony's dog is named Radar. Remember Radar O'Reilly? He knew what was going to happen before it would happen. Incoming, and they were all like, I don't hear any choppers. And 30 seconds later, yeah, Pink Floyd. And it is Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. However, it's not Dark Side of the Moon, but it is Dark Side of the Moon. Let me explain. Of course, I have a copy of Dark Side of the Moon. Got that pretty early on when I started building a classic record collection. So what is it? Why did I buy another Dark Side of the Moon? Well, this is the Dark Side of the Moon tour in concert. This is the live concert recording. And let's see, we're from Wembley Stadium. That would be in London, England, pretty sure, in 1974. And this is a remaster on 180 gram vinyl. I have no doubt this is going to sound just fantastic. I love the new 180 gram vinyl that they have, and the remastering, the technology they have, the pressings and all that, the quality. Don't get me wrong, I like my OG records from an original pressing from 1970 of a classic rock record. I can dig it. I'm groovy, man. That's right on. But this right here, the new stuff that they do of the old music with the production quality, with the technology they have, it is just on another level. It's so nice. It's so fun to listen to. I haven't listened to this yet, but I plan on it. And now that I've shown it, I can. Maybe tonight. You never know. But I got editing to do tonight, though. Lots of editing. Probably hours. All right. How many old timers do we have here? Well, I don't think you have to be an old timer to have heard of this. But let's just see. Who's ever heard of Gordon Lightfoot? Right? Somebody name me one Gordon Lightfoot song. Sports cards and things. I know Aaron is probably like, wait, Gordon who? There you go. If you could read my mind, that's right. So just for example, I'm going to go through here. That is number one song on side one, by the way, Jeff. Thank you. Very good. Sundown. Very good, Kevin. You got it. Edmund Fitzgerald. Kelly. Awesome. If you could read my mind. Summer Side of Life. Beautiful. Sundown. Rainy Day People. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You know, some of these singers like this, you get to look and you think, wow. Hey, Barry's here. We were talking about you earlier, Barry. Nothing bad. All good. I promise you, my friend. And Gary's here. Barry came in and Gary right behind him. Hi, Gary. Thank you very much for coming, y'all. I appreciate it. So I don't know. You don't think about it, like you do the Rolling Stones or the Eagles or Leonard Skinner or Led Zeppelin or, like that. Gordon Lightfoot, a lot of good music, and some, I don't know if you call it easy listening, but when you're kind of chilling, that's good music to listen to, not hard rock or anything like that. And sometimes I don't want to, just rock out like some nice chill music, some good old time tunes. And so here's another one. Oh, here we're talking about trivia here. So these people have this. They have a pretty famous song, one that most people have probably heard. And I don't know that they ever had another hit to that level. And but let's just see who can come up with that song. Are the Google machines about to fire up, or are y'all going to try to get it without the Google machines? Wait a second. Somebody. Oh, the Switchback Texan is here. I've got to pause here for a second. Got to do something. Switchback Texan. I told him. I think in a chat or in a live stream. I think in a live stream. I said, yesterday I saw his thumbnail that a new video had popped up, his visit to Mother Neff State Park. And I told him I didn't watch it. I'm waiting until I go to bed because his videos, I save them. And I've got when I go to bed at night or when I get up in the morning, I'll watch a good video on YouTube instead of sports talk or the news or something like that, just to get my day started or to end my evening. And last night when I went to bed, I cranked up the Switchback Texans new video and watched it. Of course, you can't give a thumbs up. You can't chat, anything like that. And then when it was over, I watched a little bit of NCIS before I fell asleep. Well, I love old reruns of NCIS. But anyway, it's a great video for only a small percentage of the park was open to them because of the weather. There was snow and ice everywhere, horrible weather. Somehow he managed to still make an awesome video. And I learned why it's called Mother Neff State Park. I always wondered about that. And it's educational. I learned something why it's called Mother Neff. There was a lady involved in the donation of the lands. You have to watch it. You'll see. You'll learn. I plan on going there. I want to go to Mother Neff State Park when it's all open and not, ice age. So, okay, and switch back. I think when y'all left there, you were going on to another campsite, or I don't remember. I know he'll have another one coming up pretty soon. I hope. Oh, I saw the DQ Dillo too. Cool. Okay, here we go. Got the Google machines popped up. Have y'all been peeking? Yeah, there you go. What is the big song that a lot of people would sing or might know, iconic line? Okay, right. I think I'm right about this. I sure hope I am. America. What was their big hit? Let's see. I'm going to see if it's even on this album. I don't think it is. It's not. Anyway, they had a big hit. Yeah. I went through the desert on a horse with no name. Yeah, that was America, I believe. Yep. And I got that real cheap, and I thought I'd listen to it. I probably spent too much time on that one. Got sidetracked again. I get sidetracked a lot, don't I? But I have fun doing it. I hope you do too. And I need to wet my back neck. Yeah, Kissy Cat. That is exactly right. Isn't it true? So many of those old songs, no matter what the era is that you grew up in, there are certain songs when you hear them, they take you back to a certain place, sometimes doing a particular thing, or might make you think immediately of a certain person, an old girlfriend or boyfriend, or your best friend in school at that time, or when you were riding in a car with some people and that song came on, or you were listening to that song or something. It just brings you right back there, that particular song. And for me, I don't know about for you, but there are certain songs, every time I hear it, it takes me back to that exact place and time every time I hear it. And many of them, it's a very pleasant thing. Yep. Kissy Cat says she can smell the chlorine when she hears certain songs. Apparently, you spend a lot of time at the pool, Kissy Cat. Barry likes Tin Man by America. I don't think that was on here either, Barry. Let me check right quick. Nope, this is Only Game in Town, All Around, Tall Treasures, 1960, and Forever, Foolin', All Night, No Fortune, All My Life, One Morning, and High in the City. Okay, moving on. I still need to wet my back neck. Ventura Highway is a good one. Maybe they have more good songs than I thought. I know that song. I like that song too, Barry. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head takes me back to my childhood. So I'll tell you what, let's talk about that. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head immediately takes me back to the theater, the walk-in theater, with my mom and my dad and my sister, watching Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That song is part of the soundtrack of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and I loved that movie. I loved it when I watched it as a kid, and that song is in it. Probably the first time I heard that song. And it's an old West movie, and I think I remember correctly. They were on the run, but they had found a place to hide, so things were kind of relaxed, and they were having a good time. And they were riding a bicycle when that song, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, played. There you go. Slow Ride by Foghat reminds Kissy Cat of skating. Cool. Sister Golden Hair. What does that remind you of, Kevin? Or just a song? Uh, Jeff needs some hot chocolate. I don't think I have any hot chocolate albums, Jeff, but they were pretty good. They had some good songs themselves. Barry says his brother interviewed B.J. Thomas. Yeah. Ernest, that's why I like these albums. I just like vinyl records. But yeah, these days, I didn't need to buy a single album to listen to the music that I love from my past. Because I can ask that Echo Dot out there, call her by name, and tell her to play a certain song. And I have asked her to play hundreds, if not more, 1,000 or more different songs. Not one time has it ever said that song is not available. It just starts playing it. Well, let's test it. Alexa, play Went Through the Desert on a Horse with No Name. There you go. Alexa, stop the music. Can't go too long, I'll get in trouble. We could have just kept on listening to that, though, and enjoyed it and just had a good time right here, right? Oh, here's another one. I would have known, hey, they had a lot of big hits. I mean, I knew it as soon as I saw this album in really good shape, and I knew since it was in a bin where I could get it really cheap. I got this for $9.99, $10, and I'm going to read some songs off to you, and you'll know why I bought it. The Righteous Brothers' Greatest Hits. I know I haven't listened to any of these that I'm showing tonight. That's one of the reasons I'm listening to them. But The Great Pretender, Unchained Melody. Oh my God, I love that song. I think I talked about it in my last live stream, but I'm going to say it again. If you want to be moved, you need to go on YouTube one day or soon and type in Elvis Presley last performance, Unchained Melody, something like that. You can tell he's struggling. He's not doing good. And it's one of the last times he was seen before he died. And he sang that song, and it's just something special. It brings emotions up. Okay, You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling. Let's see. Georgia on My Mind. I'm only the big hits, so I'm just trying to pluck those out. That's enough right there, right? I'm glad I bought this right here. The Righteous Brothers. From back in the day, right? Some of you younger folks probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, Kelly just watched that yesterday. Oh, you watched that, Kelly? The Elvis thing? It's really cool, isn't it? And it's also sad to see, that guy had such talent, and he got caught up in the thing. Elvis Presley, at a little bit older age, but he really got caught up in, very much like Michael Jackson and so many other ones. Hey, Brian, how you doing, man? Cool. Tiffany, thank you for coming. I'm so glad to see y'all. And let's move on. Yeah, have fun in nature. Kevin had fun in nature in his last video. And the Switchback Texan had fun in nature, kinda. Have fun in really cold nature. Okay, so this is another one of those I mentioned. There are certain bands that if an album comes up and it's at a good price, a decent price, and the album's in good condition, I will buy it to add to my discography or my collection of that band. And one of those that I will always buy at a decent price is Fleetwood Mac. I love Fleetwood Mac. I could listen to the Rumors album over and over and over. Actually, I have on 8-track and cassette and CD, and now I have vinyl again. I'm about to come full circle. Vinyl and 8-track probably at the same time. I've been through a lot of copies of Fleetwood Mac Rumors is what I'm saying. Okay, look, let's see what we got here. So this is one of those I was talking about, and I'm not going to miss it this time. This is gatefold because it is four sides, meaning 2 records, And I know we got glare here. I'm sorry about that. This is a 2 album set. It's Fleetwood Mac, The Dance. I'm going to get it out. And this is not sealed, so it has been opened before. And it looks like I lied to you. I told you most of the 2 album sets have a gatefold, and this one does not, and has no inserts. And like Emily Latella used to say, oh, I accidentally hit a button on my computer and popped up the cat cam. Is Journey still there? Nope. Journey has left the building. Journey and Elvis have left the building. So anyway, this does not have a gatefold. Oops. Error. Jeff has a lot of snow to shovel. Yep. So Brian, I can't smurf you up, dude, because I'm on StreamYard. I can't give people the mods on StreamYard. Here we go. Got a good deal. I'll go ahead and leave that on there. Got that late one night. Hank Williams Jr.'s Greatest Hits for $15. And this is a 1983 U.S. pressing OG. This is the original record. Yep. And it is in very, 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 very nice condition. So I don't usually show the vinyl, but I will tell you, if records are in what is called very good condition, which by album standards is not a very high rating. You know, I want mint, near mint, VG plus, which is very good plus. And that's about where I draw the line. If they're very good or good, I don't buy them. I'm going to see if this will show on, see that the vinyl, that is clean. That's what I look for. And when they've been around through the first bin, the first time opportunity, people have to buy them at the list price that he has, and they don't sell. And then they wind up in the half off bin or the buy it now best offer, and they're in this kind of condition. Those are the things that I try to jump on. That's my approach. That's what I'm looking for. And sometimes I'm there at 11 o'clock, midnight, 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. Sometimes he's gone till after 2 a.m. selling records. And at 2 a.m., when there's 50 people there, you can get some bargains. But the guy's got thousands and thousands of records to sell, so he's got to keep them moving, right? And let's see here. 8:02. I'm at an hour. Now, I'm not saying I had, and I don't know why. I gotten into this deal like, okay, an hour, I'm shutting it off. But I do want to say I don't want anybody to feel obligated to stay here in any way. If it's late for you, you got to work tomorrow, you got things going on, you need to go edit video like I should be doing, or if you're sleepy or whatever, I appreciate you coming. I will take no offense for you. Bocephus, there you go, Kevin, Hank Jr.'s nickname that his daddy gave him, Hank Williams. And yeah, let me. I'm gonna go back up, see if I missed anything. Because I don't. When people have something that they want to communicate, I don't want to miss it. Tusk was Kissy Cat's twirling competition song. Kissy Cat is multi-talented. We have learned recently she's a cheerleader and now a twirler and something else. What did you tell us, Kissy Cat? Something to do with the sports team, with the pro sports team. They have another name for them. Hey, Whitcombs, welcome in. We've been here for a while, just cracking open some vinyl, talked about a bunch of other stuff. It took me like 40 minutes to even get to showing some new vinyl. Kissy Cat was a Houston Rockets cheerleader. Is that cool or what? You know what? Hey, Kissy Cat, do you TTM? Like give autographs through the mail? Because Barry collects autographs through the mail. I wouldn't mind having one. That's a good question. I'm not being weird or anything, but do you have photos that you can autograph? Like, or back when you were a Houston Rockets cheerleader, is that a thing? Do people ask for cheerleaders' autographs? I never thought about that. I met the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders at the mall, or four of them, at the mall in Corpus Christi, Texas, one time, and I was about 20. See, I would have been about 20, 24 years old, 24, 25 at that time. Last thing I thought about was asking for their autographs. I was just happy to meet them. I mean, they're right in front of me, and I'm talking to the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and that was pretty cool. All right, what do we have here? I don't even know. Who is that? I've got an album here that I bought, and I don't know who it is. We're gonna have to figure this out, and I'll probably be embarrassed when I do. It's okay. I got it. It's called Head On, but it doesn't say the name of the band on the front of the album. It's Bachman Turner Overdrive. And I have a couple of theirs, and this is another one I got late at night, $7.50. And I thought, why not? And I don't know. I don't even know the songs that are on it. I know it's not their more famous songs or anything. This is a subsequent album, so to speak, something like that. BTO, taking care of business, right? Let's see. Brian had never seen that one. I hadn't either. Okay. This, I don't even know what to say. I bought this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. This is pretty famous now. And there's the first version, that whole deal. I'm only learning about this. That is Taylor Swift, if you don't know. If anybody doesn't recognize Taylor Swift. This is a heavy duty. I think it's two or four records. Oh, I think it's a four album set. Three or four. I feel three. Four, it's a four album set. And Taylor Swift, she had some falling out with the record company, with her label, and something to do with the law or lawsuits or something like that. Yeah, Barry, I'm a Swiftie. I don't listen to it, but I do collect it. Actually, I only have one, and that's I gave my daughter one, so I don't even have it, and it's unopened. And I told her, you just hang on to this, and you pull it out in about 30 years, and see what it's worth. All the other ones I've sent to Ava, and I'm not sure. I'm going to talk to Chris and see. He may be getting uncomfortable that I'm sending his daughter records, but she's struggling, and it just so reminds me of my daughter when she was having to go to Texas Children's Hospital and going through things like that. And at first they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, and I know the position they're in and how that feels. If I can do something that brings a smile to her face or makes her day a little brighter that day, I'm all about that. So, man, this is so heavy, though. This is really, it's 4 albums, but it's 180 grams. Oh, I was talking about how I think it's interesting. I've never heard of this before, that all of her early music, and a lot of it, many albums, something about the rights to it or whatever. So she had the rights to the songs, and she just redid them, cut new records of the same songs, of the same albums, and now she owns them, the music and the records. It's my understanding both are very highly desirable. You know, record collectors, especially that are collecting Taylor Swift records, they want a copy of the original one when she was under the label and under the direction or whatever, the control, whatever record label that was. And then they want a copy of the new one that she cut herself, after she had control and all of her people were doing it. I find that pretty interesting, to tell you the truth. So I'm not sure what will happen to this record. I'll let you know if I think about it. We'll see how it works out. It'll definitely go to somebody that likes Taylor Swift. And I don't have anything against Taylor Swift. I like a different kind of music primarily, and I have a lot of it that I don't know if I started listening to records right now, if I would be able to listen to all of them that I have before I die. I guess it depends on how well I take care of myself. This is going to be a total surprise, my friends. We're going to open one up that came a long time ago. Don't know what's in here. Don't have a clue. Couldn't even guess. Let's see what we got. Hope it's nothing weird. What do you think? Is it going to be classic rock? Is it going to be country? Is it going to be old school? Is it going to be newer? Is it going to be Taylor Swift? All right. I'll tell you why usually when I order this one time is when something comes up and I want it and I try to get it like in the buy it now best offer and somebody else gets it in front of me. I say I really want that record. I'm just going to go ahead and go to Discogs and get it. And this is not that. This is actually from Collectico. I told you I weren't buying many. I told you I weren't buying many albums. This is so thin. I thought it was something I bought from Discogs, just one album, but it's not. It's one album that came from Collectico, where the boxes used to be this thick. You know, you've seen them when I open these, or if you've come to these before, when I crack open vinyl. There are some that were this thick, 30, 40 albums in them. This is Queen at the Beeb. And yeah, this is the only record I bought that week. I bought this, and that's when I bought the Led Zeppelin light. It's somewhere back there. Anyway, and there's my invoice. See to prove I only bought a light, one of those rock and roll lights, and one record. I did good that week. I promised my daughter I was going to quit buying so many records and trying to keep my word. I really cut back on it. And if you watched these before, you know I really like live albums, greatest hits, and best of. And this is a really cool record right here for a number of reasons. It is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers live. And it is a Japanese pressing. There's the obi. It's the sash that tells someone in Japan what that record is and all about it. It has all the information on the, okay, let's look here. We may have okay, I think we have a gatefold. Not only is it a Japanese pressing of Tom Petty live, it has an insert. It has all the lyrics. I bet these are going to be, yes, it has all the lyrics in English and in Japanese. And let's see what we got in the gatefold. Oh yeah, see, I'm not disappointed this time. It does have a gatefold. It is actually photographs from the performance, which is pretty cool. I'm going to look here in just a second and see what year this was. When was that concert? I think that's of interest, right? Let's see. Well, please let me find it easily. Wish I could read Japanese. Okay, maybe not. Let me look on one of the records and see if the year is there. This is going to be really cool to listen to. Sometimes it'll have the year on here. Yep, 1985 it looks like. This is an 85 pressing of an 85. Probably an 84 concert, 85 pressing would be my guess. Somewhere around that. You could probably Google search when did Tom Petty, and let's see where it was. Okay, it's Pack Up the Plantation Live. I've not seen where it shows the venue. I don't know what stadium it was at. I'll have to dig a little deeper, and I don't think I need to be doing that during a live stream. So this is the reason I'm kind of hesitant to do this a little bit, because it kind of slows things down. And I struggle. I need to get this back in this protective sleeve. That's very important to me. And Who's that? Yeah, don't need that. All right, I got it. I think I got it. Put this all back where it goes. Okay, yep. It's going to take a minute. It's going to be tight. I'm going to set this over here so that we can move along. Let me see how long I've been going here. Things kind of got slow there. Hi, Chris. Hang on a second. I think there's something going on that I might need to. Oh, it's okay, Chris. Don't worry about that. Buzzsaw has an older jukebox, 1970, with 60s and 70s 45s in it. I'm fixing it for the U.S. Coast Guard. That is cool. Buzzsaw, do you make videos? Is that something can you let us know? Is that something you will show the progress or the restoration of that jukebox? That would be cool. I would watch that. And Brian listens to anything from bluegrass to some death metal. Now that's a wide spectrum right there, but I get it. I listen to a whole lot of different kind of musics myself. And Brian is asking Kevin if he likes thrash metal. Texas Donkey loves the Bee Gees. They wrote For Everyone, Islands in the Stream for Kenny. Valerie likes, it says Sonny and Cher. I guess she likes Sonny and Cher. And I missed a lot of chat. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm doubling back for it. Texas Donkey is having chili cheese Fritos off the diet tonight. I get that. I went a little bit off my diet today. Did the Giuliano challenge. Went to the lake, cooked a steak and potatoes, and I ate some of the potatoes. And Sports Cards and Things says he went to eBay shopping for an autographed Taylor Swift CD. It's surprisingly reasonable price-wise. Yeah, the CDs are a lot cheaper than, well, first of all, a Taylor Swift autographed vinyl record is rare and super expensive. She signs a lot of CDs, but not records. According to Chad at Collectco, he says he has not seen many vinyl records, and it would be a great thing for him to have. He could sell it for a lot of money. They're just not out there. Kevin's going to Fort Clark Springs Day on Sunday. I've seen that before on, what's his name? I don't watch him anymore. The guy, he's on every morning. He's from Kennedy, Texas, where my mom's from. Rusty went to Fort Clark Springs Day. Actually, I think he lived there at the time. Texas Donkey's having beer and Fritos. Man, Fritos are salty, ain't they? Yeah, okay, we're back to where Barry's letting me know that I'm a Swiftie. Chris, this is where you come in. I think this is before you got here. So I'm doubling back, y'all. Please bear with me. I need to show this to Chris. Where is it? Not there. I didn't dream that, did I? Nope, there it is. Okay. What I snagged, Chris. Taylor Swift Red. And all four of them are 180 gram vinyl. And this is her version, not the first version under the previous managers or whatever, production company, producers, whatever. Pretty cool, huh? And Barry says I'm a Swiftie. We're going to see what happens with that record. Okay. Is everybody doing all right? Where are we at here? We're at 16 people. I'm going to keep going, y'all, because I want to get these records open. And if somebody wants to tell me, hey, it's time to shut it down, right? This ain't working anymore. Feel free. I'm open to input. I saw the snow dive, Jeff. I was thinking there's no way he can do a snow angel. If he falls back into that snow, he's going to disappear. And if Calvin jumped off of that deck out into that snow, I don't know if you'd ever find him. You'd have to go in after him, rescue dive. He would be freaked out too. He might never forgive you. Okay, here we go. Rolling Stones, and this is one I'm trying to collect a lot. That's another thing I'm thinking about doing. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. But some of the bigger top bands, like the Rolling Stones, the Fleetwood Mac, the Eagles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, bands like that, Queen. I'm thinking about doing little live streams where I just pull those records that I have and go into them in greater detail. And I'll tell you why I think that might be interesting. What you can do, let's say if you go look up, um, okay, the Rolling Stones, all right? And you go to Wikipedia, it will show you all of their records, their whole discography. They're in like a table, and they're in chronological order. And then they have columns, and they'll tell you where that peaked on the U.S. chart. Like it reached number one on the U.S. Billboard chart, or it reached number 9, or it peaked at number 37, or something like that. And you can go down through there, and I could just see, okay, the oldest record that I have of the Rolling Stones. What was that? Was that their 5th album? Was that their first album? Was it their 20th album? And where did it peak on the charts? And how many am I missing in between? Now, in the Rolling Stones, that's going to be a whole lot that I'm missing. And I thought something about that. I'm just kind of mulling over that, trying to work through it, how good that would be to do. And another thing, I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I went and looked the other day. There's a category called Double Diamond. And that's records that have sold over, I think it's 10 million copies or something like that. There's not a whole lot of albums, and they count that whether it's a CD, an 8-track, or vinyl, whatever. This is not just vinyl. But if you reach Double Diamond, that's a big deal. And if you go read that list on Wikipedia, or it's on other websites too, they're just banger after banger, very iconic, well-known albums that most people have heard of, right? Rock, Double Diamond Records. So I thought it would be interesting to pull up that list and in advance pull all the ones that I have out that are on that list and go through them and just talk about that record, because every one of them has a rich history, and you can go and see all about that record, what happened, how it came together, the different band members, the ones that had left, and then somebody else came in. There's just such wonderful, interesting history about that stuff. I thought that would be a very good live stream to do. And just looking at it, I have probably the top 20 or 25. I don't remember how many. It's been probably a few weeks since I went and looked that up. I have about half of them. And some of them I don't have are like rap or something. I have no objection to people that love that. Apparently, a lot of people liked it because it went Double Diamond. But I'm not going to have that record in my collection, probably ever. Somebody's leaving. I want to say bye. Oh, Chris got to go pick up Hadley from dance. All right. Be careful, Chris. Be safe out there. All right, where are we at here? Let's go through some pretty quick. There's a pretty cheap one that I got late at night. ELO's Greatest Hits for $7.50. That's a bargain for a record. And look, the outer sleeve, this was originally $15, so it was in the half off bin for $7.50. I'm sure it was late at night. And, a lot of good songs. ELO, Evil Woman, Living Thing. It's a living thing. Can't get it out of my head. Showdown, Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, Telephone Line, and Strange Magic. Everybody heard that, right? That song, Strange Magic. Yep, I like it. ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. Look at this bargain right here. I like Kim Carnes. Kim Carnes is a good singer. Got that for $5. Yep. Beautiful lady with a beautiful voice. Betty Davis Eyes. Like that song? I love that song. She's got Betty Davis Eyes. Yep. Glad to have this too. Kim Carnes. Bargains. I love vinyl record bargains. We got another greatest hits. Neil Diamond, greatest hits. $9.99. Greatest hits volume 2. Let's see. You don't bring me flowers anymore. America. Yesterday's songs. Love on the Rocks. A lot of good singer. A lot of good hits. Something you can sit and just put on the turntable and start spinning that vinyl and kick back and wet your back neck and enjoy the evening. I got a question for you, Belt Loop. I know a lot of police officers, they work off duty, like concerts and things like that. I wonder if you ever done that type of thing. And if you, I hate to put you on the spot, but I know you live stream a lot and you know the ins and outs of it. Yeah, would you like to pop on and talk about some of the venues that you've worked, like the side gigs, like maybe some crazy rock concerts in the past, or rap concerts, or country concerts, and country folks can party down with the best of them, especially after the tequila gets to flowing right in the cold beers. Oh, yeah, Gary's never done that. Never worked side gigs like that. I think he says, yes, sir, but I appreciate the question. I have never done that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to throw it out there. Anybody that wants, if you've got a camera in a good position and you can come to the live stream and shut down the feed where you're watching the video, because we don't want the audio looping. So you have to be in the join on the link in the live stream and shut down your YouTube window that you're watching on, or it will mess up. But if anybody, just ping anybody that wants to pop in and tell us what's on your mind. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, so speaking of records, I knew I had Led Zeppelin's first album. I had their second one. I had the fourth. I checked, and this came up. And it's Led Zeppelin 3. So this filled the gap for me, right? And this is a 1980s reissue. So this record would have been pressed in the 70s, and this is a repressing in the 80s. But still, it's pretty old school, older copy, something like that. Glad to have it. All right. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm about done with vinyl. With opening the vinyl. As things get old, people. Okay, Gary says, hello. I went back to when I was a minor. You would probably find a public intoxication when I was like 16 outside of Latique. That was a disco on FM 1960 in Houston, Texas. Latique. Hopefully that's not still on your record, Gary. You've got a lot of good service in. Gary says overtime is available with the pay being time and a half. Adds to my pension. So I'm not sure I understand, Gary. You never work the other shows outside of your normal hours, or you do to make extra money? I'm confused about that. Jimmy Page was so hot, Texas Donkey, talking about Led Zeppelin. We love you talking about the vinyl. Well, thank you, Brian. I probably got about 2 or 3 hours of editing to do tonight. I probably won't get it done. I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow. And Barry says that's too much information, Kissy Cat. And Kissy Cat says there's thousands of women that agree with her. Probably millions, Kissy Cat. And Gary does not work other gigs. All right, who we got here? We got Madonna. Madonna was a thing back in the day. This is not one of her big albums. This is I have like her greatest hits or something with all of her biggest hits on it. But, yeah, Madonna and Britney Spears, and now Lady Gaga, and I heard Hillary Duff's coming back. About time for the Houston Rodeo. Speaking of lady diva pop stars or whatever. And I don't remember if I was somebody I was telling around town about this or it was in a live stream, but I'll repeat it. I'm in the night. Oh, golly, when would that been? In the early 2000s, Sarah, my middle child, my daughter Sarah, she loved Hillary Duff, and my wife and I talked it over. Hillary Duff was going to be one of the entertainers at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. It lasts 2 weeks, and every night they have different the top level stars that come into the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and they sing during the rodeo performance. About halfway through it, they bring a huge stage out, and you get a miniature concert, and then they continue on with the rodeo. And that happens also at the San Antonio Rodeo and others too. But we couldn't afford we would love to, our whole family have gone to see Hillary Duff. Lauren would have liked to have gone too, and I'm sure my son would have went, or we could have got a babysitter or something. But so anyway, what we decided to do, Deborah wanted just for me to take her. I would have stayed home with the other kids, but she would rather that I do it because it's a big deal to get in and out of there. And Deborah wasn't into that kind of thing, and she was already having some back problems. But anyway, me and Sarah, we drove to this parking area designated. It's like a parking lot where you catch a bus on Highway 290 at the edge of Houston. It's a park and ride. That's what it is. And we got on a bus, and they took us down to the stadium, and we went in. I took her to see Hillary Duff, and she was so excited. She loved it. So, we did get really good seats. We were right up in the front row. I mean, you could see clearly. And what was so cool is there was the walkway. We were right on the front corner of the seating. So we were, there was the walkway, the access point from behind us that came up where you could get up to the fence and see out into the arena and see the stage and all that. So during the rodeo, the first part of the rodeo, we're sitting there watching the rodeo, and these two guys come up there, and I don't remember if somebody else was talking to them or I said hi to them or how we found out, but they were two of her band members. They were in the band, Hillary Duff's band. So Sarah got to meet, and she was just a little girl, that she understood this is Hillary Duff's band members, and that was pretty cool. You get to take her. I'd say that because Hillary Duff goes along with that line, the pop star divas like from Madonna. Now we have Lady Gaga. I kind of like some of Lady Gaga's songs quite a bit, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Do y'all like Lady Gaga? Oh, Gary says, you have to make hay when the sun is shining. I was 50 years old when I went through the police academy. To get the 30 years for retirement, I have to work until I'm 80. But I can retire on age. Oh, retire on age. Don't have to get to, yeah. Man, that's an amazing story, Gary, to go through the police academy. Because I know that's not only meant education and learning about, but it's physical training too. I don't think, not like boot camp in the Marine Corps or anything like that, but still, that's pretty impressive, I think. Dee says she saw Hillary Duff at a flea market once. that was too shy to say hi. Oh, somebody said hello to Fractal Fishing. Jimmy's here? I'm sorry I missed you coming in, Jimmy. I'm not seeing Jimmy, but if he's here, welcome, Jimmy. I'm glad to see you always. We got Waylon, and this song is this record is "I've Always Been Crazy," and I've said it before. I always thought that kind of fits me. I've always been crazy, but it's kept me from going insane. I love me some Waylon. We got this at a really good price late at night. Got a few Waylon albums now, quite a few. And speaking of which, even more. We got more Waylon. And this one is, Are You Ready for the Country? Are you ready for the country? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, none of the songs stick out to me. Yep. I got quite a few Waylon albums and quite a few Willie albums. I might wind up with a crate that's just Waylon and Willie, or maybe just outlaw country, just all the outlaw country. That's Waylon, Willie, David Allan Coe, that group of folks. Switchback Texan says Lukenbach is his favorite song of all time. So I got a question for you, Switchback. Have you been to Lukenbach, Texas yet? Surely where you live, you have. And I would think maybe multiple times. You're not that far. In outlaw country. That's right, Gary. I love it. I stopped when I went to the meetup in San Antonio, and then Kevin, Hiking with Jackie Boy, and I went to Enchanted Rock, and we went and ate at Fredericksburg. When we parted ways, I'm on the way home, and I see the sign that says Lukenbach, Texas, a loop. And it's not a big loop. They're saying just turn here. And I went and I did a live stream that afternoon. It was just cool. Just what do you call it? Ad hoc. Just wasn't planned. I didn't know I was going to be driving by Lukenbach, Texas. I knew it was in that general area, but was not even on my radar. And I was kind of tired. Been a long day, but it was a great stop. Had a really fun live stream. Gimbal quit like 3 minutes in, 5 minutes in. I'm walking around holding the camera by hand, but a lot of good people came in. We had a fun time. It just so happened, timed it just right. So when they're not having a big event, it's not on a big weekend thing or show or whatever. We figured out what they do. They have these buses. And I met these people that were on these buses. They pull up into the parking lot there, the parking area in Lukenbach, Texas, and they all start unloading, and they're walking around, looking around at all the stuff in Lukenbach, and pretty soon the music starts up. The two-man band, but they sang some good tunes, like 3 or 4 songs, maybe 5, and then all these people get up, and they're headed back to the bus. So these are these travel buses. And I talked to this guy, and he was explaining, yeah, we bought this. It's like a tour of Texas. It's like a week or 10 days, and they just go from place to place to place. And then at night, they take them somewhere to a designated, where the hotel where they're going to spend the night. They all load that up on the bus, and they go to destination points, places like Lukenbach, and I don't know where else. Just cool places in Texas. I think he was from, I don't remember, Connecticut he was from Mississippi. And I thought, you know what? I wonder if I would like to do that, to get on a bus and travel for a week with a bunch of people and just go to places like that. You get off, listen to some music, maybe have a beer, get back on the bus, and go to the next place. They weren't there maybe an hour total, the tour bus, but it just so happened I wouldn't have seen any music, or wouldn't have been much to show on my live stream if I hadn't been there at that exact time that the tour bus shows up. Okay, let's see if there's anything I need to. Switchback Texan, my favorite song of all time is Mandolin Rain. Lukenbach is my favorite country song. I need to try to remember to go YouTube Mandolin Rain and see what that is. Hang on a second. I have trouble remembering things these days. So I'm going to write that down here. Do you think that's copyrighted, Switchback? Could we play that? I'm sure it is. I'm just kidding. Texas Donkey. Kissy Cat she's a willy gal. Honcho and Lefty is her favorite song. That's a good song. I like it. Okay, Brian's asking, who's Pamela DeBars? Another rabbit hole to jump down. Is that a trivia question? Oh, Kissy Cat says, read the Pamela DeBars book. Major groupie. She loves Waylon. Oh, Pamela DeBars apparently is a groupie. I bet she's got some interesting stories, amongst other things. I think I might enjoy hearing her stories or reading about that, to tell you the truth. And Tiffany is multitasking, but she's here. That's good. All right, so what do we have here? Well, speaking of a little outlaw country, right up that vein, we got Jerry Jeff Walker. Up against the wall, you redneck mother. Mothers who have raised the son so well. I'd look and see what songs are on this, but they're in cursive and it's tiny. There's no way these old eyes. I'd have to turn some lights on, get the magnifying glass out, and concentrate a whole lot. But it appears to be a 2-album set, maybe. Nope. I don't know what all that writing's about. It's too small, can't tell. Anyway, Jerry Jeff. We've been through a lot of albums tonight. I got a lot to put up, a lot to catalog. Progress. That was the whole idea. I was saying early on, I haven't done this in a month. I was about to stop a minute ago, but I saw I'm almost to the end of this particular box. It's not the end of all of them, but it's the end of this box. So, and there's one more left here. Not outlaw country, but definitely country. And I'll show you. Got this another really good price late at night. Tanya Tucker. TNT. Name of their album. Got it for $5. In really fine shape. It was originally $10, and then it was in the half off bin for sale, and I bought it. And I like Tanya Tucker. Always liked her when she was in her prime or at her peak of her popularity back in the day. I was a pretty young man back then. And there you have it. All right, so don't have any volunteers to come join me. Apparently nobody's got anything interesting to say or opinions to share or plans to talk about. Oh, Sarah Katz is here. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, I had for a while, you will like this. I had Journey was asleep on the chair where she is so often, and that's Journey likes that chair. The cats have their different places that they prefer. So Sarah, I had that other camera, a second camera up with Journey on it, but she moved. And let's see here. Let's make sure I didn't miss any chat. And we're gonna. So what else is going on tonight? Who else has the live stream going on? Let's see. Oh, it's almost 9:00 Central Time. Yeah, Sarah. I'm sorry. I was talking and yakking. I didn't see you come in. I see. And yeah, you are my daughter. Sarah just got off work, but today is Sarah's Wednesday. She works the weekend. Her days off are Thursday and Friday. So we always kid about Wednesdays is her Friday. So, okay, Gary says the book about the groupie, her book is called I'm With the Band. Okay. Well, everybody, I want to really thank you. There's still 13 folks here. Y'all are awesome. I love you all. I appreciate you being here so much. And I like doing this. I enjoy being at live streams. So, some of you do live stream, some of you just make video content. Some people that are good friends of mine, they don't make any content. They just great supporters. It's a great community that we have, and I don't want to drag this out. It's always sad to end a live stream. I'm sad when one that I'm at. Oh yes, I did. So Jimmy's asking if I cooked the filet mignon, and I will tell you all this right quick. I did go to the lake today. It was a beautiful day. I took all the stuff that I needed. I did my cook. I almost felt guilty because I had watched the little pop-up live stream that Jeff did, and he had snow like waist deep and in freezing cold weather and just horrible, miserable. I don't know about once in a lifetime, but once in a very rare storm has hit New England, and here I am over on the bank of Lake Somerville with a bright, sunshiny, beautiful day, around 70 degrees, cooking a steak, and had a good day. It was fun. I've got all that video uploaded to my computer. That's what I'm going to be editing tonight. It's probably going to spill over into tomorrow. But yep, the Giuliano Italian Bushcraft Cooking Challenge video has been shot. And hopefully I did a decent enough job. I can get a fair video out of it. Won't be as good as his videos, and I'm sure I didn't cook as good as that guy does. But it was fun. I enjoyed it, and it was delicious. So everybody treat other people the way that you want to be treated. And, I can keep, I know y'all keep chatting. It's hard to end it because people keep chatting and saying, y'all tell everybody goodbye and everything. And if one of y'all wants to go live stream, I'll come join you. Right? Thank you for coming, Jimmy. Everybody, everybody. Oh, we have a guest. Oh, here we go. We're still here. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. We're still here. Don't leave. Okay, I'm gonna go here. We got some audio looping.
Hey, Todd, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Got
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Well, I can hear you, Gary. Somebody.
It's roboting pretty bad at the moment.
Yeah, well, you're the expert. I'm sure you know that you have to shut down your YouTube feed or what the window you were watching it on and just be in the live stream. And that's the solution we have found.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not getting audio.
Yeah, I know, and I've already done that.
I'm not getting any audio.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear Gary?
No, it's just for a moment. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I was getting that just for a minute, and it could be my reception here. I'm at the front gate at the moment. So, can you hear me okay?
Oh, you're not in your studio or at your desk.
Right, I'm at work. I've been at work since 7 o'clock this morning, and I'll be here till about midnight.
Oh, you're on patrol.
Well, no, I'm not in the patrol vehicle. I'm at work. And I work the gate. I work at a mental institution, and my shift, I run the shift. So I'm up here answering phone calls and dispatching officers. And
okay.
Giving out that type of thing. On A shift, I am on patrol when I work A shift, and I'll do that tomorrow.
Are you allowed? Like, can you YouTube when you're on patrol? Like, I see a lot of live streams, and they're actually sheriffs.
No.
Some departments.
No, I cannot. That. Yeah, I've seen it. I know who is that? Eddie Family Farm. I've seen them do that, and I've seen a few others, I think. But no, I'm not allowed. They're very strict about that. That's one reason why I can't even show my picture on here. It's really more like talking on the phone than anything else, which is, I guess, ultimately what I'm doing anyhow.
Well, so Gary, do you have something coming up you want to tell us about?
Not really. I mean, I do. On my YouTube police channel, I do have a tendency to go do pop-ups on the mornings that I don't work double shifts. But, I have one regular Belt Oak 29 only. I do one live stream a week, and that's going to be Saturday at 8:30 Central Time. So I always follow Devil Dog.
Is that y'all try to do every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Central?
Yeah, we've been doing it for about coming up on 4 years, I guess.
And that's the one that I was at recently, where you have a guest and you have a lot of technical expertise to help people out with the YouTube stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, we do that the first Sunday or the first Saturday of every month. Eddie Devil Dog joins Ralph over at Webb's Web, and they co-stream or simulcast, whatever you want to call it, on at 7 o'clock. And they do what's called Tech Talk, and it's usually more about hardware or software, how to work DaVinci Resolve, how to work OBS, that type of thing. But when it comes to me and Jerry over at Butler Family Farms, Jerry and I really dive into the analytics and how to do a lot of stuff. I think we've done some stuff on how to promote your channel. There's pros and cons to that, but we do try to help answer people's questions on how to just do some basic YouTubing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I know a lot of people, they really look for that type of thing. They're really focused on trying to grow their channel and create revenue and get the watch hours and the subscribers up. We all have different priorities, and I'm
we do.
retired, and I don't think, I'm never going to have 100,000 subscribers. So I really focus on having fun, right? I do it if it's fun, and I think the analytics are kind of interesting to look at. Like, I wouldn't say amusing, but it's kind of cool to see that stuff and see how things are doing. But that's really not my priority. But for a lot of people, I know it is. They're really into that stuff. So I know you help a lot of folks.
Well, the truth is, Todd, I don't care about the money involved with it. I do like helping other people just because I guess it gives me a feeling of self-worth. I've been doing this for several years, and I feel like I've learned a lot. But there's some basic things that can help, people just while they're watching other people's live streams, or like you've got a lot of people in here that are modded up. I'm sure a lot of them know how to do things. Something as simple as click on somebody's name and hit the three dots to go to their channel. But there's some people out there
That's
that
the primary reason we do it.
right, and to be honest with you, I do the same thing. I'm not concerned about In fact, I have Belt Loop 29 is a monetized channel, but of the money that it's paid me, I've never spent any of it on myself. Or I guess maybe I should say I spent a lot more than what it has paid me to do things like, I funded our Operation Rendezvous for the most part that we had made up last year. I've gone through and tried to help other people, and I won't go into a whole lot about that. But I've spent more money than I've made. This is a hobby for me.
Yeah,
Always,
I get that.
go ahead.
On a challenge from a guy about cooking a steak. He's in Italy. The steak cost $20 for the one steak, and then getting into the park and everything combined probably cost me $40 to make the video that I made today, and I'll probably make like 19 cents from it. It's all good. Had a good time, had a great day and a great meal, and you offset that to if I went to a restaurant and ate even a burger and fries or whatever, it's not that much difference, It's all good.
Yeah, I see. Calvin the Boston Terrier said to me, or the channel, obviously that's Jeff, but to me it's about the community you build and relationships formed. And monetization is a nice goal, but it simply it validates the work you put into it, and not what motivates me though. It doesn't. I think that if the only thing that motivates somebody is the money, I think they're going to be sorely disappointed and burn out easily. The money is irrelevant, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
there
make
aren't a
more.
lot of success stories like Mr. Beast and Cletus McFarlane and like those folks out there. You got to be doing some pretty cool things, and it's uh it's a whole different category what I do and what we do. I think.
Oh, I have to 100% agree with you. I have
What?
allowed myself the problem you run into with YouTube, if you let it happen, you get to focusing on the numbers. And why hadn't I hit 1,000 subscribers? Why haven't I hit the 3,000 watch hours? Why hadn't I hit the 4,000? You get so wrapped up in those little things. A lot of people do that it becomes more like a job. If you just focus on the journey rather than it's a journey. It's not a destination.
Yeah.
So, um, anyhow, that's the way I look at it.
I mean, I know that there are some people in this community or whatever that may probably make several $100s a month. And it's not insignificant, right? But you're not
Right.
going to retire on it. And so the point is, it needs to be fun. And I think with the people that we hang out with, the people that are here right now, is a great example of that. And it's much broader than that. That's
I
where
agree.
the joy, that's where the joy comes from right there. I've met so many cool people.
Yeah, I totally 100% agree with you. I mean, I don't know if you talk about, and again, it depends on a person's priority. Some people, if they're struggling, that can make a lot of difference too. But for me, I make more on working one overtime shift than I do working months on YouTube. So, but I tend to be a bit obsessive compulsive. So I tend to look at the details, and I like learning about them. Um, I guess
Yeah,
that's why I do it.
I get that. Oh, I do too. I go to analytics and I haven't learned how to. I need to come to more of y'all's live streams and learn about that because navigating that is not simple. It can get a little complicated.
I think so. Um, I mean, I'm still learning the, but I've had enough interest in looking at that stuff to, to learn a few things, and I'm more than happy to share whatever I know. I'm glad to answer whatever question, people ask.
Have you found
So
that just about when you got things figured out and something, then they change it and it's different and you got to go try to figure out how the new way works?
I
YouTube?
do, that's a great question. The only trouble is I don't know. I know they do give out updates about what's going on at YouTube and this type of thing, but a lot of the things that we talk about are things that really, don't change. You know, a lot. I mean, the importance of them might. At one point, and I don't bother with hashtags. I don't bother with, I haven't really worried about thumbnails. I haven't worried about, the title, even though I know that doing the SEO title is going to attract more attention. Um, I
Yeah,
know how to do it.
you'll find a lot of guidance out there that tells you those things are critical. You have to do that for your channel to succeed. This and this and this and this and this.
Well, that's the problem. They think that that's the meaning of success, and their meaning of success or their definition of success, my definition of success are two different things.
Yeah,
Um,
we have different priorities and different perspectives on things. That is exactly right.
so I
Gary, it
know.
strikes me with what y'all do that it's that time of year, and you may have already done this or it's on your radar, but I heard that going in for the people that have made some money, say in 2025, and you're going to have to include that in your in your income tax, what you submit to the IRS. That uh, YouTube doesn't just send you that. You're not going to get a letter in the mail with a statement that you can take down to your tax preparer. That you have to go dig it out, and that's not the easiest thing to do. Is that something y'all might cover soon?
Well, I'll suggest that, Jerry, and I'll look into that. Last year I got to look to it a little bit late, but you know, I worked a lot of overtime last year, so I don't think they dinged me too bad on it. It is something I need to look into. I need, but last year I wasn't. In fact, I took a break I guess in 2024.
Thank you,
I
Dean.
took a
Thank you
break.
for coming in. Good night.
Yep. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at following the chat at the same time carrying on
I
the
just, when
conversation.
somebody's going to leave, I want to tell them goodbye before they get out. So I have to kind of interrupt a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's no problem. I get it totally. I think Eddie gets frustrated with me because I do that all the time as well. It's just showing respect for those people that come in and spend their time in your live stream. So I get it, but that is something that I do need to look into, though. Um, as far as I know, it's in the Google. Uh, at least I think it is. You know, I've been, I guess I've been monetized a couple of years now. Um, let's see, when was that? I think I got monetized in 2023, maybe. Be honest with you, I don't remember. But
But kind of on a different subject, Gary, but it's definitely related to YouTube. And I think it just happened or somebody's saying it happened. Are you aware? Has it been on your radar? You've been hearing these things about over the last few days. A lot of people, especially in live streams, are complaining that their comments are getting, the way Barry just put it, got eaten by YouTube. And in the last night he was in the live stream I saw, and two or three or four of his comments, he said he put them in there and they show up and they just disappear. And I've been hearing that all over. That's happening to people. Is that something you've heard about?
it is something that I'm familiar with, but I would say that that's been going on for a couple of years. Um,
Oh, I've
the
never had that happen
there
to me.
me and Eddie was running a live stream one night. I, it was on my channel. At one time, we used to have a show called the Good Cop Bad Dog episode, or the Good Cop Bad Dog show. With him being a Marine, me being a police officer, and we had a friend of Eddie's that actually knew Eddie's phone number, and he was trying to talk in the chat on my channel, and his comments weren't showing up. So um, he looked, Eddie looked in my list of banned people, and he wasn't on there. I looked in my. He checked it 3 times. I checked it 3 times. Actually, I think he checked it 4. But we looked, at every name um, that had been banned from my channel. Those were pretty much all trolls that were in there, and the fact is, he just wasn't showing up. It's something called shadow ban,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, you know, he just wasn't showing up, and I think it's just a glitch. But we found a fix for it, at least for him, and I don't know that it's going to be as helpful for everybody because he told us during the live stream that his comments were showing up. Um, and so we went in and I added him manually as a moderator. Um, you can actually do that rather than just doing it in the chat. There is this place in your studio that you can go through and add mods, take people off, etc. Anyhow, so we added him, and sure enough, his name started popping up in chat. So, um,
Interesting.
but I also know for a fact that if somebody blocks you um, from the channel, it will not show up either. And because of the fact that I have a couple of channels, I've seen it happen a few times. Um, the way that, and if I'm suspicious that it's happening, um, and there's 2 other things I should mention since we're on this subject. One, it's when you go into a live stream, automatically it reverts to top chat. It's usually a good idea when you get there
Yeah.
to switch that over to live chat.
Yeah.
That
The game that you have with Turbo or Journey. I'm sorry. Look who's there.
um, but I have gone through and opened up two tabs. I mean, I'm most of the time on the computer when I'm doing YouTube. Sometimes I'm on my phone and I can't really do it on my phone. But I will open two tabs, put one on like Belt Loop 29, one on YouTube Police. That way, if I'm talking on one, I'll just look at the other to see if my comments are showing up. If they're not showing up, sometimes it means I've been blocked. So
Okay. Yeah. A lot of a lot of things there. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do if it starts happening. But like Barry said, some of his chat shows up and some of it doesn't. Some people say it's because of different words that you use. I don't know. But I did caught something that interests me about what you just said is that you can go to you. So like
oh,
when I'm on StreamYard, I can't make somebody a mod in it from the chat.
right. I tell you what, I see the you cannot do that through StreamYard. You have to do that through YouTube Studio. But I
Okay.
noticed that the question was raised: is there a way to unmake someone a mod without them being in chat? Yes, yes, there is. Can I answer that? Or do you mind if I answer that question?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Okay. If you are on now, I do not know how to do it on the phone. What I'm telling you is strictly from a computer, and I'm looking at it now. So I'm going to go through and walk through the steps. If you go through and you look at the top right hand side, you'll see the screen. You'll see your avatar. Um, it doesn't really matter. You can click on that as long as you can get to your YouTube studio. You can do it from there. Uh, you go down to the settings, which should be on the near the bottom on the left, just above feedback. Then you're going to go to community moderation.
Okay,
Then
hang
you
on a
go
second.
to
I'm doing this on another tab as you say or you're saying it. I'm in studio and
okay,
I'm going to go to community.
no, go to settings. It should be at the bottom, right there at the
Okay.
bottom left
I'm in
hand corner.
settings.
All right, it's going to bring up another window, or it should, and it says settings over there. Uh, go look down and find community moderation and click
I'm
on that.
there.
All right. Once you get to there, there's three things on the top: content controls, user management, channel guidelines. Click on user management.
I'm there.
All right. Let me go back and review the question real quick, make sure I'm answering it. Make someone a model without them being in the chat. Yes. All right. So if you look at that point, under user management, there's managing moderators, and below that, there's going to be standard moderators.
Yep.
All right. What you do is you scroll down to the bottom, click to where your cursor is. I guess mine's blanking. If I wanted to add a mod, for example, I tell you what, I don't know if I've made you a mod on here or not, Todd, but I'm going to do it just to um, uh, I'm going to do. Okay, here it is. This is saying Todd saw is you Sean's Texas Card Depot. Is that your? No, hang on one second. Let me look and make sure I've got the right. Yeah, that should be right.
So in the box that says standard moderators, that it has all the people listed, that's the box you click in to add one, or do you add one
Yes.
to add approved user?
No, don't go to. I'm adding you right now. So you click in the box where it says standard moderator. The question was how to make somebody a mod without them being in your chat.
Yeah.
So if you put somebody in and put their channel name, I'm assuming channel name. I typed in Chad or Todd Saw in mine just now, and it showed your icon come up. So I clicked on that.
Oh, I see. You
And
just
that
start
added
typing their name.
right, and it's like it brings up different options. You may have to try a couple different ways till you get the right channel, because some channels have multiple, or some names have multiple stuff. But as soon as you see the right icon, you click on that, And once you've done that, it's added them to the list. And then you just go down to the bottom and you click on save. And that saves them.
Sock Monkey, say something. Type a message, Sock Monkey. I just made you a mod following Gary's instructions in the YouTube studio on a different tab while on StreamYard. Success, Gary. And if someone is a mod in that list, I'm guessing you click on the X beside their name and they will no longer be. And you did that outside of the actual live stream, right?
That's correct.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You just taught us. There are quite a number of people here that have channels and do live streams, and I think you just taught several of us something we may not have known. I know I didn't, and it worked. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to try to make Brian-HFIN. Sometimes I need to do something a couple of times so that I'll remember how to navigate to that again. Okay. I'm going to go do it. Okay. I'm gonna kind of repeat what Gary told me. Okay, I opened. Now I'm on a PC, so I have Google Chrome up. One of my tabs is StreamYard Studio, where you're seeing the live stream. I've opened another tab, went to YouTube, and I clicked on my avatar up on the top right, and clicked on YouTube Studio. And over on the left, I'm going to scroll down to Settings and click on that. And then I'm going to click on, there's a list, and I'm going to click on Community Moderation. Gary, while I'm working through this, can you do this on a phone?
I have no idea if you can do it on a phone. Okay. I don't use my phone unless the only time I ever do anything with my phone is I upload shorts, sometimes video, and sometimes I'll do a live if I'm just happen to be out and about.
Okay.
But I don't. I use a computer for pretty much everything.
Once I'm on community moderation, there are 3 tabs at the top of that box, and it defaults to the one on the left, current content controls. The middle one is user management. I'm clicking on that. I have user management.
That's right.
The top box shows me who my managing moderators are.
That's right.
And the next box is standard moderators. And what I did a couple of minutes ago was I just started typing in the K and Mac project, and it auto filled once it's and I clicked and I made him a mod. And now
can I make one more suggestion while you're there?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you look a little bit further down below approved users, you'll see hidden users.
Yep.
It's never a bad idea to look through those from time to time to make sure nobody's been hidden from your chat that shouldn't be.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because sometimes if you mod the wrong person, they can wreak havoc on your channel by hiding people. And I mean, I assume it works for the channel. So, an ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. My pleasure. Have fun.
The guy that's in the chat, Brian, that I'm trying to add just as a test, it's not popping up, but I may not be typing it.
I tell you what, are you trying it with the @ symbol or not?
No, I'm not using that. Do I need to do that?
Well, hang on. I'm right here with you. I'm gonna try it as well. Even though we're not, and this will be the ultimate test because we're not in. I'm certainly not live, and let me go under standard mods, and I'm gonna put it in here, and let me go back and look at make sure I'm spelling his name properly, and all right, hang on, and I'm just making sure I'm doing it right.
I'm gonna try Kelly heard that.
Brian-HF. Probably ought to make sure Brian is capitalized. HF. Yes. Okay. Hang on. Let me look at Brian's. All right. Brian dash HFIN. Let me see if I can get that. I guess I need to make sure.
I typed in
Okay, here he
exactly
is.
that. It doesn't find it. Did you
I found it.
did you put the
Um,
at in front of it or no?
no, I didn't. I did not. Just type in BRIAN with a capital B,
I did.
then dash,
Yep,
capital H, capital F, lowercase I, and then N, a capital N.
I did, and I don't. It doesn't come up for me. I get quite a few. I get a few in the list, but it ain't one of them. I don't know why.
Well, that's interesting. It showed up on mine.
Hmm.
The I don't know. Without being able to see, what's going on. I guess it's easier if I'm looking at it. But you're on what, StreamYard?
Yep.
You should have a share screen option. If you want to share your screen, we could take a look at it. I'd be glad to try and help.
Okay. Let me. I'll take me off the screen. You don't need to
Well,
see me. Just to make it a little bigger. Uh,
well, you should be able to share the screen even with you up here. It just brings up another option. On StreamYard, they have the little boxes with the cameras down on bottom. Once you hit share, uh, there should be a share screen option, and then you click on that, and then um, let's see, there should be three options, I think, at the top, if I'm remembering correctly. One of them says one of them's going to be share tab. One of them's going to be share entire screen. And I don't remember what the third option is. But I would suggest maybe sharing the tab. What are you on a computer? Yeah, it is a learning experience, and I can only tell from. Oh, wait a minute. I see what the issue is. I'm way behind on the. I'm looking on the computer. Um, all right. Let's see. Standard moderators. Click in there, but to the right of where it says Annie M, or let's see. All right, and make sure that your cursor is clicking. Um, you'll have to be on that page. Yeah. All right, now type in capital B. Well, yeah. All right, and that looks like it is right there. So it's not going to say the same thing, though. It looks like it says hardcore hillbilly or something like that. I can't see it from as well here. Maybe I should uh, use hardcore hillbilly is him. Have fun in nature says hardcore hillbilly is him. It's the top one up top. You see the right there we go. Just click on that. Click on the one where it says hard that right there. Click on that, and that will add him to the thing. Then hit save, and that should do it. Now they should be a mod. Now I don't know if they have to go out. Yeah, there we go. You can there should be a little blue box that says stop sharing or something like that. You could click on that now. Although I'm not seeing it showing on the screen. Because Brian does have a shield. Can you still hear me?
absolutely. There's lag.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. You accomplished your goal. You taught us something. It worked. Got it. And the difference there, why I couldn't find it, is because some people, their name and their handle are the same. and some are
Right. And
different.
some of them
They're
are not.
different.
That's right. Sometimes they are different. So it really helps to look at since we were in there and we knew what his avatar looked like, it was just as easy to go through and you put the name in, but then also compare with the avatar. They're
You
going
know
to
what
be,
that means, Brian? You got the next round.
he got to pay for the next round.
Yeah,
Okay.
of chicken fried
Sounds good to
steak.
me. Hey, that's even better.
Yes, sir. Hey,
The,
well, Gary, I really thank you. You're just a wealth of knowledge. That's wonderful. And
well,
God, thanks
I'm
for
just glad I
popping
could
up
help.
here. Yeah, yeah. I guess I won't be. And I'm not going to be getting an invoice or anything, am I?
Of course not. Yeah, I'm just
Cool.
glad I could help. And there's little tips and tricks that you learn throughout there doing it over the years, and it's always nice to pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah. So you know what? Just before we go, and I need to go pretty soon. It's getting pretty late, but I want to tell you, and I think you will agree with this. This is a perfect example of how all of these connections and this community and all this stuff works. My wonderful friend, the sock monkey, and we do a lot of things together. So I found you through him. He's telling me, hey, you need to go check this guy out, this channel. This is really cool, yada yada yada. And like, so I wind up over at Belt Loop 29 and I'm watching y'all's live stream, and then I start watching your videos, and now here you are teaching us stuff. And this all happened because my old Marine Corps buddy liked your channel and told me about it, and that's just how that all of this networking, and it's a wonderful thing.
Yes, I do agree. And the fact is, the whole YouTube will not push out small YouTubers. For a small YouTuber to build their community, they need to get to know other small YouTubers. The place to do that is going to be in a small tuber. It's been my experience in a small YouTuber's live stream. Um, we've been doing this for a couple of years, and the names change over the years. We don't have the same crowd we used to, um, and that's okay because people grow and they change and they do other things. And sometimes channels continue, sometimes they just move on to doing their own thing, and I don't have an issue with that. But
Yeah,
it,
life goes
it's
on.
that's right, and but it's all about increasing your knowledge, increasing your circle, networking between other channels, and I love going to. I don't really watch videos, but I do. I hop into live streams all the time. It's because I get to meet new people. I'm entertained. I don't watch television. I don't watch movies. Live streaming is pretty much it, and so I enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know how people do this without a PC or a laptop, though. There are people that do just exclusively on their phone. Wow,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's impressive, but I think it's limiting. It's definitely limiting to only use your phone, I think.
I would agree. I can't do it. You know,
Yeah.
hats off to anybody that can. But
And
I got,
yeah,
I,
I have a question for you, Gary. And this
yeah,
is a big ask. And I'm not saying at any special time or whatever, but I have, as we've been talking, and not specifically, I know you do your thing on your channel and with your friends, and y'all have got that set. So I'm not asking you to duplicate that as my guest on the live stream, but I have a whole set. I'd like to talk to people, interesting people about some things. Would you join me as my guest again at a time that's convenient for you about some other topics that I think you might can help with through your YouTube experiences?
I will be glad to try to do that. But as I mentioned earlier in the chat, I work in the neighborhood of anywhere from 64 to 96 hours a week.
You're a busy fella.
Yeah, and my one day off, I am off on Saturdays every week. Um, Saturdays, when I wake up in the morning, typically, me and my wife will sit down. We may go get something to eat. It is usually set down for that. about about 5 o'clock in the evening, around there, there's we're usually pretty set on YouTubing. It's either Radio Jonesy, my buddy Radio Jonesy is going live. My buddy Maya or Trucker J or Auburn Sports Forum is going live. Windstone Chronicles goes live. Um, and then at 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
Eddie Devil Dog goes live. I go live at 8:30, and sometimes Sibby goes live right after her. Then I get up and I do have a little bit of time on Sundays, that I can probably do something. I usually do some kind of a pop up on a YouTube place on Sundays. But if we can find a time where we're both
Wow.
available,
I'm actually starting to. I'm sorry that I asked, but I know
it's
between your job, your work that helps you take care of your family, and then the YouTube stuff that you do, it sounds like your schedule's pretty full. But
it is. But
this was great.
if
I
we
really
can,
appreciate it, Gary.
it's my pleasure, and I don't mind doing something like that. For that matter, if you'd like, um, it may be possible to do that on maybe do a co-stream or something on you use StreamYard. Do you use the paid service?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what we might be able to do at some point is on Saturday, if we
Oh,
can go through and do a co-stream between yours and mine during my regularly scheduled time, we may be able to do that. I
you know
don't.
what? That's too.
Uh,
I don't think I want to. That gets complicated for me. But what you just said tells me I think I have a better answer. How about I come to
yeah.
your regularly scheduled live stream, and you just allow
Yes.
me to be your guest for a few minutes, and I will ask you some
Sure.
of those questions that I have in mind.
Yes. That's
That works
perfectly
perfect
well.
for me.
Yes, that would be fine. And if you wanted to, if you wanted to do that, that would be a lot easier for me. I have a set schedule on every Saturday. I only have one thing scheduled. Everything else for me is a pop up, because I never know what my schedule is going to be. Even, like this week, I'm scheduled working double today. I work a double tomorrow. I work a double on Thursday, and I work a double on Friday. The only day is not scheduled is Wednesday, and so Wednesday morning. I still work Wednesday afternoon, and evening, but
Yeah.
um, I do. I'll probably do a pop up on then. But the only time that I really have available, it's. I do have people that ask me from time to time to come on and do something on their channel, and I'm more than happy to do so. It just becomes a question of working it into my schedule.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you so
um,
much. I do want to say, yeah, everybody that's here, your comments. I didn't miss them. I don't know if Gary caught them or not, but everybody's kind of saying, just to encapsulate it, about how they prefer, they use their phone, they use a laptop, they use a MacBook, they use. All of us have developed this certain process or the tools that we use, the computer or phones or whatever that we like, that we're comfortable with. So this was not meant to be critical or say you should be doing it the way that we do it. I understand it. You do what works for you, right? But if you
oh
can
yeah,
get some input, some other perspectives from different people and learn about things or whatever, I think that that's good too. So I didn't miss all of y'all's chat, and I didn't mean to, you know, I think it's good that everybody's figured out what works for them. That's a wonderful thing. And it's late. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for popping in, Gary. And
my
thank you
pleasure.
all for coming. And what
Thank
is
you
it?
for having me on your panel. I'm gonna head out now. Thank you. Bye.
Mondays are supposed to be a sad day. You made this one better. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Treat other people the way that you want to be treated, including the critters. And speaking of critters, we're going to end with oh, we don't have a critter. I thought we had one. Thought we had one to say goodbye with. Oh well, that's the turbo chair. Usually this time of night you will find Turbo in that chair. And if Sarah was in there, she could swing the camera around and find us a critter. But we'll do that next time. And anyway, thank you all. Have a good night. It's Monday, so everybody have a great week. Jeff, stay warm. And if you still got power, maybe you made it, and it's going to be all right, you know. But okay, adios, amigos. Y'all been great, good friends. Love you. Good night. Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much.